signed Public Enemy now that existed. That's a national, Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Now, as an album, is a national threat. That's exactly what that album is. But they're gonna sign somebody that is not only gonna sound a certain way, but it's gonna perpetuate a certain stereotype of us.
And a certain comfort with us.
Right, exactly. But what that does is, it discourages the young artist to make them say, so that's what I gotta do? Mm-hmm. And it makes them say, well, I guess what I do, the music that I do, it doesn't work. So I have to do this.
Just to get on.
Just to get on. Not to be successful, there's a difference. Not to make money, there's a difference.
Just to get on.
Just for everybody to know who I am, I have to do, like I said the last thing, do you want fame or freedom? That's what it is. And to become famous, I have to be this. Now, of course, we got our anomalies, TDE, but it seems like that the industry is like the casino. You go in, the slot machine, and the casino is gonna let one of those slot machines go off. What does that do for that casino? Everybody runs. So at the point of everybody's putting out independent music and you're doing it on your own, it feels like the industry's like, you know what, man, we'll let y'all have TV. Because we need from some of y'all real MCs that start believing in us again. And that's how it feels. It's one Kendrick and a million of these other. One Kendrick, one Schoolboy, one Ab. And it's a million of these other cats. It's like on the airwaves. And I don't knock no man for getting their money. Get your money. But when you get on some broadcast talking, they ask you about Mike Brown, and you say some other shit, something's wrong with that. Like, that's not cool. Like, when did we get to that point? Mm-hmm. Like, real G's in the street don't respect that. Right. Like, when did we get to that point? So it's like, and of course the media runs that.
On repeat.
It's on repeat. Like, from the rappers to the football players, they just run it over and over and over, man. You know what I mean? Covering up the real problem. All the police brutality problems we got. Just covering that up. They talked about Ray Rice more than they talk about Mike Brown. And
they're definitely not talking about Dan Wilson.
Exactly, you know what I mean? And it's like, yo, like, something in us gotta say something. But then we get looked at as the old dude or the hater or whatever. When you say, my man, you acting like a coon, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what it is. Don't, just because you from the South, don't mean you gotta act like a coon. That ain't what that mean. I think Outkast showed us that. Better than anybody. Outkast showed us that. The Ghetto Boys showed us that. Hell, 8-Ball MJG showed us that. UGK showed us that. They showed us that you ain't gotta act like no monkey on the tube, bro, to get to this particular point. And you ain't gotta sell your people short like that neither. Because they're gonna get to the point that they think that's all it is. So, you know, that's what we were kind of saying on the Miss Show, but the lesson we learned from that is when we've made our video for Loving It. BET said that, you know, Little Brother was too intelligent for the BET audience.
For their playlist.
For their playlist. Stephen Hill and them.
Did they tell you that specifically?
Nah, they tell us that specifically, but we know what it is.
Right.
And so we went through that, but then we got a call from one of my mentors, Bun B. And Bun B called and was like, look, man, like, remember what Dre said, is every nigga with dreads for the cause, is every nigga with gold for the fall. So please understand, when you put out these messages and these stereotypes, that everybody who got a gold tooth ain't for the fall, bro. And we had to, you know, and that was my whole idea of learning that. Real recognize real. That the 8-Balls and the MJGs of the world were fans of us. The 3-6 Mafia was fans of us. you know, the Lil Waynes was fans of us. That everybody that we think, everybody against this commercial versus the underground, all that's bullshit. Like all of those cats are fans of mine. I met Gucci Mane for the first time about 3 years ago, and when I walked up to him, I always go up and speak to people regardless, if I like their music or not. So, and I walked up to him, I'm like, Gucci, what's up, man? I want to introduce myself. I'm 91. Nigga, you got that soul, nigga. That's exactly what he said to me.
I'm a big Gucci Mane fan.
Definitely, I am too, man.
You for real?
But and I feel like it hurts Gucci because now Gucci got all these clones.
Yes.
And they came out.
Right.
And there's only one Gucci. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And so that was the thing for us. It was, we had to understand real, recognize real, and understand that everybody ain't against because they wear a dress a certain way. But we know the ones that's really like playing themselves right about now.
What's your biggest guilty pleasure though? Like in terms of like you love it, but you're like, yo.
That people think that I should.
But your life really co-sign it.
You a hypocrite. Co-sign that, blah, blah, blah. I'm a big Rich Homie Quan fan. Huge. Because I felt like when I first heard the difference between me and you, that's a real story. I'm out here getting mine, you sitting on your ass. That's the difference between me and you. I'm like, I rock with Homie. I like his, I dig what he's saying.
Right.
And yeah, Rich Homie Quan, man. Like I rock with Rich Homie Quan. He got the blah 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 joint out right now.
What do you think of the work he's doing with the whole Rich Gang thing though that I just mentioned?
I haven't got too much into that.
Right.
But